Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JSA Impulse 62. This is VPOC here, and we're live from Detroit, Michigan, and it's the fallout from Apocalypse. And as you can see, the JSA are still running this place with an iron fist. But tonight, at least I don't have a faulty headset like I had at Apocalypse. Thank you very much for that, by the way, JSA. Oh boy. Speaking of the JSA, here comes the megalomaniac that leads these thugs, the Impulse General Manager, Tenji Masaki. And I'm pretty sure he's well pleased of what his men did at Apocalypse, especially what happened in the main event. And now, we're going to have to hear this tyrannical dictator gloat about how his men dominated the Apocalypse event. You may be on your high horse now, but eventually I hope you do fall off your throne. Oh, give me a break. As far as I'm concerned, Apocalypse was a disgrace of a mega event. You're right, it was a nightmare, especially for me since I had to sit there and watch what these thugs did to the Impulse roster. And there they are, the Impulse Tag Team Champions, Raditz and Nappa. And despite the valiant efforts of the Straw Hat crew, Raditz and Nappa were just too much for them to handle at Apocalypse. And now we're being joined by the new Cruiserweight Champion, Gohan's brother, Goten. And if you ask me, as far as I'm concerned, Jesus, do we really need a shot at that? Come on! Well, as I was trying to say, as far as I'm concerned, Goten should give a big thanks to Ryoma Echizen. That was Ryoma who came in through the crowd and knocked Eren Yeager off the top rope, which allowed Goten to take advantage of the situation and defeat Eren and become the new Cruiserweight Champion at Apocalypse. And I'm also beginning to see why Gurok doesn't like him, as this guy just oozes egotism. And speaking of egos, here comes the biggest ego of them all. The now two-time Impulse Champion and the JSA's biggest stooge of them all, Gohan. And if you listen to this egomaniac, he'll tell you he beat Trunks 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring. When in fact, it took Gohan and 4 other people, including his wife Videl, to help him defeat Trunks at Apocalypse. And then what he did to Trunks afterwards was completely despicable and uncalled for. Now he wants Raditz, Nappa, and Goten to leave the ring so they can obviously continue to feed the ego of Gohan. Oh, I'm sure Tenji was so delighted to do that. Trunks almost had his throat crushed at Apocalypse, and he doesn't give a shit about it. Oh, give me a break. Tenji definitely loves feeding into Gohan's ego. Now Tenji wants Gohan's wife Videl to come out here? Oh god, this is going to be great. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, Gohan's wife, Videl. And if you ask me, Videl is the main reason why Gohan is the Impulse Champion here today. At Apocalypse, Videl distracted the referee, which allowed not just Samurai Jack and Zero, but Broly as well to come in and help Gohan win the Impulse title from Trunks. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. I think I'm going to be sick. To quote Captain America, there's only one God, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that. This whole thing is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. So in 2 weeks' time, we gotta listen to this egomaniac and his wife renew their wedding vows. Wonderful! This whole thing is completely asinine as far as I'm concerned. If you ask me, Gohan doesn't give a damn about his wife. He's only doing this wedding vow thing to continue to feed his own ego, and Videl just happens to be drinking the damn JSA Kool-Aid. I swear, he's one of the most despicable men I've ever met in my life.
Hi, I'm Adam Jackpot, the owner and ruler of the world of NJCW. Now, I take it you like car wrestling. Not a shocker. I take it you like wrestling too. And maybe if you're a fan of like fantasy and shit, like comic books, movies, and all that stuff, you pretty much would enjoy it as well. So I'm here with a pretty important announcement. This is NJCW. Now, then, you're probably asking yourself, well, this is not how a regular car commercial goes. Usually there's like, they show something from the show. Well, we have a small little thing for you, so check it out. I bet you did, because in that video there was a subliminal message pretty much telling you, hey, guess what, you have to like JCW. And now you do. And now you're my puppet. And now you're going to go subscribe to the channel. Because why? Because you're my
Dope.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Impulse. And we're getting set for our opening contest here. If you're just joining us, you just missed the announcement that the new Impulse champion Gohan and his wife Videl in 2 weeks' time are going to renew their wedding vows. Most disgusting thing as far as I'm concerned. In any case, moving on, here comes Sagat, who at Apocalypse was victorious in his match against Naruto Uzumaki. Those two went to war at Apocalypse, and unfortunately for Naruto, Sagat's onslaught was just too much for him to handle. However, we will be seeing Naruto later here tonight on Impulse, as he's set to go one-on-one with the monster Broly. But up first, Sagat does have a scheduled match of his own here tonight, as he's set to go one-on-one with the man who betrayed ACW to the JSA. And if you ask me, this new entrance theme fits this man perfectly right here. Solid Snake, who on the pre-show to Fusion betrayed ACW to the JSA. Solid Snake has definitely shown where his allegiance lies. I guess the old saying is true. You can't trust a snake. Now tonight, Solid Snake will be representing the JSA as he goes one-on-one with the King of Muay Thai, Sagat. And I'll be honest here tonight, I may not like Sagat, and I might hold him responsible as to why the JSA are running Impulse right now, but I sure as hell hope tonight he beats the living hell out of this traitorous coward. And there's the bell, and here we go with our opening contest as Sagat goes one-on-one with the JSA Solid Snake. And Sagat starting off strong as he sends Solid Snake onto the ring apron, but Snake fights back with the forearm. And Solid Snake had something planned there, but it's countered into the single arm DDT by Sagat. Sagat now with a kick to the midsection. And the front face lock now. What Sagat got planned here? Sagat with Solid Snake, and he drops him with a suplex. Stalling suplex by Sagat onto Solid Snake. Now working on the arm. And Sagat driving both knees into the arm of Solid Snake. And Sagat is clearly in control in the early moments of this matchup. Sagat now with Solid Snake. Arm wrench. And he yanks the arm of Solid Snake. And he's going to continue to work on the arm. Solid Snake counters, though, into the hammerlock. Here comes Snake. And he elbows Sagat in the face. There's the kick to the midsection, followed by a low-end clothesline by Solid Snake. Snake now sending Sagat to the corner. What Snake got planned here? No, Sagat counters. And Sagat with a knee and another knee. They went for a third knee, but Solid Snake countered. Solid Snake, no, Sagat counters again. Oh, and look at these strikes right to the midsection of Solid Snake by Sagat. Sagat's strikes are lethal, as it was that offense that led him to victory against Naruto at Apocalypse. Sagat now with Solid Snake, overhead belly-to-belly suplex onto Solid Snake. Very impressive by the big man. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Solid Snake now, judo hip toss. Down goes Solid Snake as Sagat continues to go to work on him. Now what's Sagat got planned? Got Solid Snake back suplex, dumping him right on his head. Here's the cover. 2, and again Solid Snake kicks out. Sagat with his impressive offense, just taking it to Solid Snake here tonight. Sagat now has Solid Snake elbow to the face as Sagat re-enters the ring, or is about to re-enter the ring. Oh wait, no, never mind. Solid Snake nailing him with a forearm. And Solid Snake sending Sagat into the ring steps. Solid Snake now has taken control of this matchup as he continues to stomp away on Sagat on the outside. And now Solid Snake working on the leg of Sagat. That's actually a very smart move. You'll take away most of Sagat's offense if you work on his legs. And Solid Snake with a headbutt. Solid Snake now sending Sagat back into the ring. And he follows it up with the elbow. Solid Snake now with Sagat. Go behind grapple. And he takes out the leg, continuing to focus his offense on the leg of Sagat. Very smart move by Solid Snake. Snake now with the front face lock, bringing Sagat to his feet. And Sagat counters the go behind grapple. Here comes Sagat. Release German suplex. Dumping Solid Snake right on his head. But Snake counters with a thumb to Sagat's good eye. Solid Snake now. Side Russian leg sweep onto Sagat, and the big man goes down. Snake now continuing his offense on the leg of Sagat. Solid Snake now with Sagat. Go behind grapple. Sagat counters with the elbow. And there's a kick right to the side of the head. And down goes Snake. Solid Snake though counters with the eye rake. And there's the flip over neck breaker. Here's the cover on Sagat. 2. And only a 2 count by Solid Snake. Snake now with the front face lock, falls up the European uppercut. Solid Snake now in control of this matchup. Another side Russian leg sweep onto the big man. Solid Snake has Sagat on the ropes here. Flying elbow off the top. And I don't think Solid Snake should be taunting as Sagat's back to his feet. But Snake counters with the dragon screw leg whip, continuing to focus his offense on the legs of Sagat. Sagat now getting pummeled here by Solid Snake. Now Sagat blocks it, tries the uppercut, but he missed. Snake ducks missed the clothesline, and Sagat going to work now on the leg of Solid Snake. Sagat now. Oh, T-bone exploder onto Solid Snake, and Snake goes flying across the ring. And now Sagat with these mounted punches onto Solid Snake. Sagat is retaking control of this matchup, and he may be measuring Solid Snake. Knee to the midsection, could be going for the Tiger Bomb. Now Solid Snake counters, and now Snake, modified neck breaker there onto Sagat. There's the cover. 2, and Sagat kicks out at 2. Solid Snake has retaken control of this matchup. What's he got planned here? I think he was going for that Impaler DDT, but Sagat countered into the Russian leg sweep of his own. And again Solid Snake with the eye rake. And Sagat counters with an elbow. Oh, wait a minute. He's going for it. And there's the Tiger Bomb. Tiger Bomb onto Solid Snake. This one could be over. Oh, wait a minute. There's Naruto. Naruto out of nowhere with a steel chair onto Sagat. And there's one for Solid Snake as well. Naruto Uzumaki getting some payback on Sagat and taking a shot at the JSA at the same time. Naruto has made this match a no contest here tonight.
all have moments. Moments where we surpass our own expectations. Sometimes these moments are small, and sometimes they're larger than life. Because there's something great in all of us. Something that connects us, that inspires us. It's why when we fall, we get up again. It's why we give back, and we don't give up. It's what makes all of us, in our own way, heroes. For the hero in all of us.
Gentlemen, welcome back to Impulse. And I swear, the way Tenji conducts business just makes me sick. And Ryoma's just as much of a fool for thinking that somebody like Tenji would keep his end of the bargain. Well, in any case, ladies and gentlemen, we're now set for some tag team action here on Impulse, as we're set for a rematch from Fusion, as here comes Ayaka's Guardians, Ike and Marth from the Fire Emblem series. And the last time we saw these two gentlemen, they were trying to escort Ryoko out of the arena at Apocalypse, only for Ryoko to break free and ended up beating the living hell out of these two. So needless to say, they must not be feeling well, considering that these two got their asses handed to them by a woman. How these guys are not the laughing stock of the JSA is beyond me. I sure hope Ayaka's reconsidering hiring these two men as her guardians, considering they can't even handle one woman in Ryoko. Well, right now, these two are looking to redeem themselves as they look to defeat the team that defeated them back at Fusion. And ladies and gentlemen, here come the two-time former Impulse Tag Team Champions and my personal favorite tag team on the Impulse roster, the Straw Hat Crew. Monkey D. Luffy on the right, Roronoa Zoro on the left. These two men put up a valiant effort trying to regain the Impulse Tag Team titles from Raditz and Nappa, but at Apocalypse, the two Saiyan juggernauts were just too much for them to handle. But tonight, they're looking to bounce back by taking the fight right back to the JSA by facing a team they defeated at Fusion. And there's the bell, and here we go with this tag team rematch from Fusion. The Straw Hat Crew facing off against Ayaka's Guardians. And it looks like it's going to be Monkey D. Luffy starting things off with, I believe that's Marth. As Luffy now with the front face lock on Marth. And drops him with a suplex. As Marth goes down. Luffy now, there's the sleeper slam onto Marth. And the Straw Hat Crew have taken early advantage of this matchup. Luffy now, back suplex onto Marth, taking him down to the canvas. And Luffy now with the right hands to Marth. And he knocks Marth to the outside as Luffy follows suit. Luffy now with Marth, and he drops the elbow onto Marth's head. Now here's the cover. 1, and only a 1 count. Luffy now catches Marth, Samoan drop. As Luffy is trying to get this crowd fired up here. Luffy now sends Marth into the ropes. Catches him with a go-behind grapple. Marth counters with the elbow. And he sends Luffy to the ring apron. But Luffy fights back with an elbow. And Marth counters with the knee to the midsection. And Marth knocking Luffy to the outside. Marth now sending Luffy into the barricade. And there's a headbutt by Marth. Luffy now in trouble here as Marth with the elbow to the face. And Marth with another elbow. Marth now on the top rope. Oh, and Luffy caught him. And Luffy dropping Marth with the powerbomb. Here's the cover. 2, and only a 2 count. Luffy now sending Marth into the ropes. Back body drop. Luffy is retaking control of this matchup for his team, and he just steps on Marth like a welcome rug. Luffy now sending Marth, and Zoro holding the top rope down, sending as Marth goes flying to the outside. And Marth is now in trouble as he's on the Straw Hat Crew side of the ring. And Luffy sends Marth right into the ring post. Luffy now on the top rope. He's measuring Marth. This is not looking good for Marth right now. And oh, never mind. Marth counters. And he knocks Zoro off the ring apron. And there's an enziguri to the back of Luffy's head. Marth now sending Luffy to the corner. Makes the tag. Here comes Ike. And now Aika's Guardians. What's this? Ooh! Elbow drop backbreaker combo by the Guardians. Ike with the cover. And only gets a 1 count as the referee was too busy trying to get Marth out of the ring. Ike now with the fireman's carry. Ike now dropping the elbow onto the rib cage of Luffy. And now Luffy's in trouble. Look at this. Ike now running power slam. Shades of the British Bulldog. And Ike taunting this crowd here tonight. I don't think that's a smart move. As Ike now sending Luffy to the corner. Ike now, what's this? It's like a tornado DDT onto Luffy as there's Marth. And I believe Marth just attacked Zoro. And Luffy's in trouble right now. Ike now was this jumping complete shot onto Luffy. And Ike with a cheap shot onto Zoro now. As he drops the elbow onto the back of Luffy's head. And Ike with the roll-up. Here's the cover. 2. And Zoro breaks it up just in the nick of time. Oh, wait a minute. Luffy with a cover of his own. And Ike breaks it up. Oh, and a discus clothesline by Luffy. Taking down Ike. And there's a second one. Luffy's regained control. Oh, it went for the third one. It went to the well one too many times. As Ike counters, and he sends Luffy to the outside. And now the Guardians double teaming Luffy on the outside. Ike now. Oh, this is not good. What are the Guardians doing here? Oh! Good Lord! A double DDT on the floor. And that padding offers very little protection. As Luffy sent back into the ring. And Ike with a kick to the very questionable area. As Ike now with Luffy, front face lock, another fireman's carry. Ike now with Luffy, sending Luffy to the corner. What's he going to do here? There's another tag. Marth's back in. And now the Guardians, looks like they're going for that elbow drop backbreaker combo again. And they hit the move again. Marth now with Luffy. What's Marth going to do now? Now look at that. Very impressive tilt-a-whirl flying head scissors. And I think Luffy may have been busted open right there. Marth trying to take a cheap shot at Zoro. But Luffy fights back. And there's a shoulder block. And Luffy with a knee drop to the back of Marth's head. And there's a second one. Luffy taking the fight to Marth now. Marth sent into the ropes. And there's a huge back body drop as Luffy trying to fire up this crowd now. And Marth, though, counters with the eye rake, but Luffy counters with an elbow to the back, and Luffy with an exploder suplex. Here's the cover, 2, and Ike just breaks up the pinfall. Luffy now in control, but Marth throws him off, and Marth with a clothesline. Thunderous clothesline by Marth. What's Marth going to do here? Oh, went for something. Zoro making sure Ike doesn't interfere. Marth now. What's this? Oh, backdrop suplex with a bridge onto Luffy. Here's the cover. Only gets a 2 count as Zoro breaks it up. Marth now. Elbow to the face of Luffy. Marth on the top rope. And there's a... Oh, hey, went for the moonsault and he missed. Luffy takes Ike down. Luffy firing himself up here. Well, wait a minute. Victory roll by Marth. 2. And Zoro breaks it up. Wait, what's this? Oh. Modified angle slam there by Marth. Here's the cover. 2. And only a 2 count as Luffy just gets the shoulder up. And a big scoop slam there by Marth. Now, what's Marth going to do? On the top rope. Trying for the moonsault. This time he got it. And Marth now taunting this crowd. But it allows Luffy to buy some time. And he fights back with a neck breaker. Luffy now. Irish whips Marth into the ropes. Another running neck breaker. Luffy trying to rally this crowd up. And he drops the elbow onto Marth. What's this? Oh, and Marth, another rake to the eyes. What's this? Looks like a suplex. Oh! A gourd buster. And now, Marth. Oh, there's Ike taking Zoro out. Wait a minute. A small package. Small package by Luffy. And only a 2 count. Marth has retained control. Luffy counters with a knee to the midsection. Oh, wait a minute. Luffy. You gotta be kidding me. And there's the Gum Gum Blast on the Marth. Zoro takes Ike out. Here's the cover, 2. And he got him. I can't believe this. The Straw Hat Crew are victorious here tonight. And I believe Zoro was never legally in this matchup. I do believe Luffy never tagged Zoro into this matchup. Zoro was never in this match legally. Luffy and Zoro emerging victorious here tonight over the Guardians. Very impressive win for the Straw Hat Crew here tonight on Impulse. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I hate to say this, in 2 weeks' time, we are all cordially invited to Gohan and Videl renewing their wedding vows. God, this makes me sick to my stomach. Just thinking about it makes me sick. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what we just saw here. That was Hercule. That was Videl's father, Hercule, formerly known as Mr. Satan when he was the world champion back in the day. And he just beat the living hell out of his son-in-law before being dragged out of here by security. I can't believe what we just witnessed. I guess he doesn't like the fact that his daughter is drinking the JSA Kool-Aid either. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some good news to report. Your ACW commentator, as always, Hakeem Johnson, is returning to Impulse next week. That's right, for the first time since Fusion, Hakeem Johnson is coming back to Impulse. And I, for one, salute him for coming back to Impulse despite what the JSA have done to the place in the past several weeks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the immortal words of Hakeem Johnson, it's now time for our main event of the evening. As here comes the monster known as Broly. And it was this hulking brute of a Saiyan that pretty much handed the Impulse Championship to Gohan on a silver platter at Apocalypse, as he just leveled Trunks with an Omega, allowing Gohan to take advantage of the situation and get the pinfall victory on Trunks. And now tonight, he's going one-on-one with what could possibly be ACW's last line of defense on Impulse in the degenerate Naruto Uzumaki. And Naruto does have a score to settle with Broly here tonight, as it was Broly who helped the JSA team to victory at Fusion when he leveled Naruto with an Omega, allowing the JSA to take control of Impulse. And he has definitely been one of the JSA's biggest assets ever since. Who could forget what he did to poor Goku a couple of weeks ago on Fusion after Goku was unceremoniously fired by the egomaniac, the megalomaniac, that is Tenji Masaki. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle for the degenerate here tonight, but if there's anybody who I think can take the fight to Broly, it's definitely Naruto Uzumaki. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this ovation for the degenerate Naruto Uzumaki here tonight. Like I just said moments ago, he's pretty much our last line of defense. Ryu, Ken, and Trunks have all been put on the injured list, and Goku's been unceremoniously fired. Everybody who stood up to the JSA has either been injured or fired,